Hello everyone, welcome back to another lecture video on dynamics of machinery. So in previous lectures we have solved some simple problems from the static force analysis of mechanism. So in this video we will be solving some more complex problem based on the static force analysis of 4-bar mechanism using the superposition method. Superposition method we will be seeing in this problem. So let's get into that. So here a 4-bar mechanism is subjected to the following external force as shown in the figure. The entire configuration diagram is shown. All the dimensions are mentioned here. I will be explaining that. And here also we have to determine the torque T which is to be applied on the link AB for maintaining the static equilibrium of the mechanism. So in previous videos for a 4-bar mechanism that was subjected to the external force only on this link number 4 or the output link was discussed, but here three external forces are acting which are named as F2, F3 and F4. This names F2, F3, F4 are coming because these loads are acting on the link numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, because here 1 is numbered as the fixed link, 2 is the input link, 3 is the crank, 3 is the connecting rod or coupler, and 4 is the output link. So here for drawing the configuration diagram, here we are using a scale of 1 centimeter equivalent to 100 mm. So the link AD is the fixed link, then information is given here, AD is of 1000 mm, and then you will be drawing the input link AB. AB is of 500 mm, so you can draw up to a scale of 5 centimeter, and the initial configuration angle between or angle BAD is 60 degrees, so you will be drawing this AB. Next length BC is 660 mm and CD is 560 mm. So you can find this point by cutting arc, then you will be getting C. So now the entire 4-bar mechanism is there. Now the external forces, three external forces are given with their magnitude, orientation and also the point of action is given. So on the link number 2 or on the link AB at a distance of 325 mm from the point A, at this point the external force F2 is coming, whose magnitude is 80 Newton and it is acting at an angle of 73.5 degree with respect to the horizontal. So all these angles are made or measured with respect to this horizontal line. So at this point you can take an angle of 73.5 degree, and in this direction this will be coming, and this point is at a distance of 325 mm. Similarly, at a point which is at a distance of 297 mm from this point B at an angle of 58 degree, this force F3 is coming, whose value is 144 Newton. And on the link number 4, F4 is coming at this point 373 mm from point D, which is mentioned here, and it is inclined at an angle of 42 degree and its value is 16 Newton. So this is the entire configuration diagram including the details of external forces. Since here three forces are acting at a time and this entire three forces will be disturbing the mechanism from its static equilibrium condition, so you have to maintain back to or bring it back to the equilibrium position. For that, it is mentioned in that question, you have to apply some torque on the input link. So you have to calculate the torque which is to be applied, that you are not knowing whether it is clockwise or counterclockwise. Anyway, you have to calculate the torque required to maintain it in static equilibrium against these three external forces applied. So since three forces are acting together or acting at a time, you will be using the principle of superposition. So let's see what the superposition method actually is. So the principle of superposition means if you are having this number of forces, three forces are acting together, so the net effect of all these forces acting together can be taken as the sum of the effect of this individual force acting one at a time. That means here F2, F3, F4 are acting together in this 4-bar mechanism, and that effect can be taken as when you are considering the force F4 alone, then you will be considering the effect of force F3 alone, and finally you will be considering the effect of F2 alone, and you can add all the effects of these three cases, then that will be same as the effect of our main problem. So now here you are dividing this main problem using this superposition principle into three sub problems. So here first sub problem you are taking the effect of F4 only, and in second sub problem you are taking the effect of F3 only, and in last case you are taking the effect of F2 only. So we will be quickly going through all of this sub problem and we will be solving the net torque to be applied. So net torque that they are asking in this question to be applied on the link will be the sum of torque in this case plus in this case plus and in the third sub problem. So we'll be solving one by one. So here in sub problem, first case we will be taking the effect of the external force which is acting on the link 4 only, and all other forces acting on link 2 and 3 will be neglected. And the same can be solved in a similar way that you have solved the previous problem. So first step will be to identify the type of links. So here if you are seeing the link number 3 is the two force member, and those two forces acting on the link are F23 and F43, and this link 4 is the member which is the 3 force member where the external force F4 is acting, and the force exerted by 3 on 4 F34 is coming, and the force exerted by fixed link 1 on 4 is coming, since this is the fixed link. I have mentioned all these naming procedures in the previous video. So this is the 3 force member, and this link number 2 is the 2 force member. Since you have to evaluate the torque which is to be applied either clockwise or anti-clockwise, that will be finding at the end of this problem. Torque is acting and force acting on the link number 2 by link 3, that is F32 and F12, that is coming from this fixed link. So this is the 2 force and 1 torque member, link number 2. So you'll be starting with the free body diagram of the simplest one. So link 3 you can see here. So those two forces are F23 and F43. For the static equilibrium condition, line of action will be taken along this direction, along this link direction, but you are not knowing the directions or the values. So this will be the line of action of F43, and this will be the line of action of F23. Now you will be going on to the next link, that is the link number 4 or the output link where the external force F4 is acting, whose magnitude is 60 Newton. So since this is F43, another force is F34. These are like action and reaction. So F34 will be acting along the same direction, the same line of action, but in the opposite direction. So you can name this as, this is the line of action of F34, and you are having the exact direction of this external force F4 which is coming. So from this one, for a 3 force member, you will be obtaining the concurrent point where these two line of actions are meeting, and then you can find the line of action of this third force F14. F14 should pass through the point where link 1 and 4 are making contact, that is D. So now you can draw a line of action that is passing through D, and that is also passing through this concurrent point, and then you will be getting this the line of action. This green will be the line of action of F14. So now you are having the three lines of action of 3 forces, and also one force is completely known, which is the 60 Newton force. So you, for this 3 force member, you will be drawing the force polygon, and for drawing the force polygon you can use a scale. You can conveniently select here 60 Newton is there, so 1 centimeter can be taken equivalent to 20 Newton. So this F4 which can be drawn to a scale of 3 centimeter, and it is acting at an angle of 42 degrees. So now you can transfer this force F4 I will be drawing here. So this will be the force F4 which is representing the external force, that is this one. So this F4 is drawn actually here, and other 2 lines of action are known. So these are the lines of action, and these 2 directions can be taken to the head and tail of this vector F4 respectively. So I will be taking this line of action of F34 to head of this vector, then you will be getting this F34 like this, and then you can transfer this line of action of this F14 to the tail of F4, then it will be coming like this, that is in the direction of F14. Now you can complete the triangle. So this will be the sides of the triangle, and this arrow should be cyclic so that resultant force is 0. So the arrow head will be coming like this. So this vector will be giving you the F34, and this vector will be giving you the F14. So now you are knowing the direction of F34 which is acting in this direction. So this F34 is acting in this direction. So this is F34 and you can measure from the triangle. So if you are calculating this F34 magnitude will be equal to 34 Newton you will be getting. So this is F34 and now easily you can evaluate the directions as well as magnitude of other forces. Since this F34 is acting in this direction, F43 will be acting in this direction whose magnitude is same as this 34, and since this is a two force member, F23 will be acting like this and whose magnitude is also 34 Newton. So now you will be going to the free body diagram of this last or the input link 2. So this is F23, the other forces acting on this link 2 is F32. So F32 and F23 are like action and reaction. So this line of action should be same as this line of action. So you can call this line of action, since now we are having completely the vector F23, since F23 is acting in this direction, so F32 should act in this direction. So now you can draw this vector completely. So this is in this direction and this is F32 whose magnitude is same as 34 Newton. Since this is 34 because this is 34 because this F34 is also 34 that you have obtained here. So now the next force is F12. So F12 is parallel because it is a two force and one torque member. So this is F12, and now if you are observing this F32 and F12 equal and parallel pair of forces will be creating a clockwise couple. So against that, to restore this link to equilibrium or static equilibrium condition, you have to apply an anti-clockwise torque. So you have to obtain the value of anti-clockwise torque, and that value will be equal to this force into this perpendicular distance. I will be calling that perpendicular distance in case subproblem A. So this can be called as HA, and this torque can be taken as TA. So the value of TA in the subproblem will be equal to 34 into this perpendicular distance HA, and that is coming in the anti-clockwise direction. So if you are seeing here, you can use the same scale that you have used for the configuration diagram. Then the value of HA will be coming as around 0.38 meter or 380 mm. Then you will be getting the value of TA in this case will be equal to 12.9 Newton meter anti-clockwise. This is the answer for the first subproblem. In a similar way, we will be solving the second one and the third subproblems. So here in this second subproblem or subproblem B, we will be taking only the effect of this force which is acting on the link number 3. That is the effect of F3 only be taken. So this is the case, and I am separating the links for constructing the free body diagram. So here first I will be listing the different force and classifying the members. Link 4 will be the two force member, and those two forces are F34 and F14. Link 3 will be the three force member, which is including the external force F3 and the other forces F43, force exerted by 4 on 3, and this F23, force exerted by 2 on 3. And again the link 2 will be the two force and one torque members, because they are asking the torque to be applied on this one, and since it is a sub problem, here also torque will be applied on this one. So this again 2 is a two force and one torque member, and those two forces are F32, F12 and the torque. So here I'll be starting with the two force member. The line of actions are only known as it is a two force member, and since this F34 and F43 are like action reaction, this line of action can be transferred to this one, and on the link 3 now we have obtained the line of action of one force, and the other force, that is F3 of 144 Newton magnitude, is completely known. So its direction is this one. So this F43 line of action and the external force F will be intersecting at this point. So this is the concurrent point. So the line of action of the third force, that is F23, will be passing through this point B and through this concurrent point. So this will be the line of action of F23. So now we are having the line of action of these three forces on the three force member, and one force, that is the F3, is completely known. So using this, you will be drawing the force polygon for this three force member. So here also you can use a scale, since 144 Newton. So 1 centimeter can be expressed as 100 Newton. So 144 Newton can be drawn as 1.44 centimeter line, or you can select your own scale. So anyway, here first I will be drawing the completely non-vectors, that is 50, this F3, that is 144 Newton, that can be converted into scale, and that is inclined at an angle of 58 degree, which is given in this question. So I will be drawing this force, that is F3 acting in this direction. So this is F3, and now I will be transferring the line of action of other two vectors to the head and the tail of this one. So I will be transferring this line of action of F43 to the head. So this line of action of F43 will be coming in this direction, and the line of action of F23 can be transferred to the tail, so that will be coming in this direction. So now you can complete the vector or the triangle. So this will be the sides of this vector triangle, and now you can give the arrow heads in such a way that it is coming in cyclic, so that the resultant force are 0. So this vector will be equal to F43, and this vector will be equal to F23. Here we will be requiring the magnitude of F23 only, because F23 can be connected to F32, which is finally acting on the link 2 that we are requiring for calculating the torque. So here if you are measuring after converting the scale that you have used for the vector polygon, you will be getting a value of F23 which is equal to 113 Newton. So this F23 is equal to 113 Newton. And finally we will be coming to the free body diagram of the second link, where the two forces are F32 and F12. Since F23 is coming like this in the same direction, in the same direction, that is actually the same direction, F32 should also come. So this will be the line of action of this will be the line of action of F32. Since F23 is acting in this direction, this F32 should act in this direction. Actually it is coming in this direction, there is a small slope. Anyway, this F32 will be acting in this direction because F23 is acting in this direction. So this is F32, and the other force F12 then should act in this direction, and these are parallel. So if you are observing, this F32 is acting in this direction, F12 is acting in this direction, this will be creating a clockwise couple. So here also against that an anti-clockwise couple should be applied to resist or bring it back to equilibrium, and that one you will be evaluating. So this anti-clockwise torque, I will be calling this as the torque in this case sub problem B, and also for evaluating that you have to measure the perpendicular distance, and I will be calling this as H suffix P in this case. So you can evaluate the TB equal to value of F32 into HB. The value of F32 is same as F23, which is 113 Newton into the perpendicular distance you will be getting as 0.16. So this is equal to 0.16 meter, and then you will be getting a value of 18.1 Newton meter, which is also in the counterclockwise. In the previous first sub case also we obtained the value in counterclockwise direction. So this is also counterclockwise. And now we will be going to the third sub case or the third sub problem. So this is actually the simplest one. Here you can identify the type of members as this link 3 will be a 2 force member, and this link 4 will also be a 2 force member because there is no external force are acting. So this line of action for this 2 force member can be taken as along the same line. So this will be the line of action of F43, force exerted by 4 on 3, which is passing through the point C, and this will be the line of action of force F23, force exerted by 2 on 3. And this will be the line of action if you are taking the next link, that is link 4, which is also a 2 force member. The two forces acting on link 4 are F34 and F14. So the line of action of F34 will be coming here. So this will be the line of action of F34, and this will be the line of action of F14. But if you are looking, F34 and F43 should be like action and reaction. But if you are observing, since it is a 2 force member, F43 is taken as along the same link direction, that is F43 is coming in this direction. And since 4 is also a 2 force member, the line of action of F43 is actually taken along this direction, but this is contradictory. If F43 is coming in this direction, then F34 should also come in this line of action in the opposite direction. If F43 is in this direction, then this F34 should come in this direction, but it is not actually happening. So this is contradictory, and this can happen only then there is no such force. That means the value of this force should be 0. That means this F43 should be 0, or there should not be such any force. So then F34 will be 0, then F14 will be 0, and finally F23 will be 0. These many forces are 0. So now towards the end we will be focusing on to the link number 2, and we will be evaluating or naming the different forces. So link 2 is subjected to an external force F2. It is making contact with the link 1, so F12 force is coming. Link 3, so F32 force is coming, and this will be shifting the mechanism from equilibrium, and you are asked to find the torque which is required to keep it in equilibrium. So it is actually coming as a 3 force and 1 torque member. But since you have obtained the value of F23 as 0, then the value of F32 should also be 0. That means this value will be becoming 0. So this is equal to 0. Then this will be becoming a 2 force and 1 torque member. So this link 2 is finally it is becoming a 2 force and 1 torque member. So those two forces are F2 and F12. F2 is the external force. So external force that is acting is given, which is passing through this point at an angle of 73.5 degree, and its magnitude is also given. So magnitude is 80 Newton. So this F2 is equal to 80 Newton, and then the second force is F12. F12 is the force exerted by the link 1, that is the fixed link onto, and that should pass through point A. Since it is a 2 force and 1 torque member, it should be parallel to this force. So this next force, that is F12, should pass through in this direction, and its arrow will be coming towards down since F2 is acting in this up. So this will be creating, if you are observing, F2 is acting in this direction, this is F12, and this pair of forces will be creating an anti-clockwise moment. And to counter this one, or to bring it back to equilibrium, the torque to be applied will be clockwise. So that is, you have to evaluate the torque to be applied is T, and in this problem TC, that will be coming in the clockwise direction. And for evaluating that, you will be requiring the perpendicular distance between them, and that can be named as HC. So now you can evaluate the value of TC as the force F2 or F12, both are same, into HC, which is equal to 80 Newton into the value of HC. You will be getting value, actually I am not having that measurement, and anyway if you are multiplying that HC, finally you will be getting the torque as 6 Newton meter, which is clockwise actually. So here the torque coming is actually clockwise, and in the first two sub cases the torque is counterclockwise. So now we have solved completely all the three sub problems. So now you can find the resultant by using the superposition method. So in this step we will be evaluating the resultant torque to be applied in the link AB to maintain the mechanism in static equilibrium, which is asked in the question. So TA, which we have obtained as 12.9 Newton meter counterclockwise, plus TB in the second case you have evaluated as 18.1 Newton meter counterclockwise, but in the third case we obtained it as clockwise. So you can put a minus sign, and 6 Newton meter it was, since it is a clockwise movement. So you can evaluate the resultant, then you will be getting value around 25 Newton meter, which is in the direction of maximum, that is anti-clockwise. So for a member that is subjected to these three forces, to maintain it in equilibrium, an anti-clockwise moment of 25 Newton meter should be applied on the input link. So this is the complete solution of this problem, where we are using the principle of superposition. So hope you understood.